I know it's been a long time. I did, my normal weekend analysis, what I'm expecting for the new week, but there's been a lot of things going on, and there's been a lot of improvements, drawbacks and everything. But I'm grateful. I thank God that I'm here where I am today. Last month was August. I made a total of about $52 on the real account. So I moved the account from around $16 to around 70 plus. Made a withdrawal of about $24. I made that withdrawal like four times throughout the week. Throughout the month, I withdraw like four times. So last week was the first week of September. I actually made the first week of loss, right? Lost five trades. I lost about $18 on that one. So you can if you actually watch my videos very well, I don't get GBP NZD. It's actually here because I was actually analyzing it, showing one of my, I won't say students because I was not being paid. I would say one of my friends, right? I was showing him how to analyze the market and all of that. So let's just get straight into business. So what I'm expecting for this new month. So guys, on GBP USD, what I'm actually expecting now, if you go on the daily time frame, the whole thing is very clear, right? You can see on the daily time frame we are in a good uptrend, very nice uptrend, right? And if you go to the weekly time frame too, you can see that we're in an uptrend too. Sorry, you can see that we are in another uptrend. Funny enough, we just broke out from this downtrend that we have been in since 2006. We don't want to talk about that right now, but just know that we are in an uptrending market now, and we are looking for more of buys and just some sales, just some, and those sales are, they are just like counter trend trades, so you are not going to be held for too long. So this is what we are seeing right on 4 hour time frame. Let's just go down to basic. This is exactly what the market is presenting. you know Lower, what am I saying? So you can see, this is a counter trend, right? This is a counter trend. This is a counter trend, and you can see very well we are having a series of higher highs and higher lows before the counter trend. But in this counter trend now, what we are having now is a lower high, a lower low, then a equal high, a higher low. Then this is more like a lower high, but I won't count it because it's not like in the 4 hour time frame kind of like settings. If you start counting this as lower high, then higher low, then lower high, then higher low, then higher high, then you just get confused. Like sometimes market structure is just it does not correspond all the time. That is one thing you need to know. Market structure does not work all the time, right? But what you can see here is that we are in an uptrend. We just broke out of this counter trend. We tested it nicely. The retest wasn't the best. I won't say it is the best retest, but this is where we are at right now, right? So we are in this small trend. So what I'm expecting to do tomorrow, Monday morning, is to look for buys around here, around 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Around this. I'll be looking for buys around this area here. I'll be looking to go long around this area here, and there will be more opportunities for me to. So I'll be looking for buys around here, or I'll be looking for a retest on this area again, another retest. Why this is more valid than this is because this is a retest already, right? This is a breakout retest on this area, another retest before the main move. So I'm expecting that price respect this trend line for it to bounce up around this area. Then this will be my main take profit. This will be my take profit here. I understand that this level is a very critical level because it's kind of like a level of reversal, but this should be my main take profit, and let me show you why. Look at this level. This level is kind of like a higher time frame level, while this like is kind of like a lower time frame level. So this could be easily broken, just like as it has been broken here. This could be easily broken. Then I think that this will be the next level that we are going to land ourselves in, right? Targeting this high, targeting this high here. That's what we are going to be targeting. So it should be like a 1 to 3, 1 to 4 weeks to reward. It depends on it depends on our entry. We should be targeting about 100 pips. Okay, like let's say 90 pips. That's what we should be targeting around this area. So that is that on GBP. So if there's no retest on this area here, there should be a rejection from this area. Once we see rejection from this area of support here, then we are going to buy again to this next level to this next level here. That is going to be our TP, right? I don't expect the market to break below here, but if the market breaks below here, then we are going to be looking for selling opportunities. So that is that on that. So on USD I've spent too much time on GU already. So on USD just straight to the point analysis, right? We're in an uptrend here on UJ, but we can see there's kind of like a chart pattern here. It looks like I don't know if I should call it a symmetrical triangle or a ending diagonal. It looks like both of them, to be honest, like a symmetrical triangle and an ending diagonal. That's what the both of them looks like. And to be honest, this pattern makes a lot of sense. But if you go to the daily time, so if you go to the 4 hour time frame, you can see that this was our main area of resistance. Our price was rejecting of constantly, but when price got here, it started rejecting of this level, and you get this level about 4 times, and you can see that okay, there's a high probability of once as price has rejected this level. I don't think that price is going to break above it. I think price is going to come down tomorrow. So around this level of this level of support, it's just going to come down to this level of support. So let me show you the kind of trade I'm looking to take. So you can see that the market has opened already, and you can see that there's a gap around this area, and the gap is it's almost about 70 pips gap, right? So what I'm thinking is that anytime you see a gap in the market, just know that the market, there's a high probability of the market going to fill out that gap. So what I'm thinking is that I'm looking for kind of like a trend line bounce off of this place, right? Like another trend line bounce from here. If market is going to reject from this area, then I'm going to look to short to this support level here. I don't think tomorrow is Monday and there's no news, because you can see I'm still going to check news, but from trading view right here, there's no news. There's news on Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, but there's no news on tomorrow, which is Monday, right? So I'm looking for a trend line bounce from here, then I'll be shorting the market from around here. It is more risky to short the market from this area than to short it normally from here to around here, right? This is like a more elaborate trade. From here to here should be around 180 pips, right? But this is the main move from here to here, because that is where the gap is. But this also makes sense, so I'll be taking the trade from when when there's a trend line bounce off of this place, then I'll take the trade. Then after a break and retest of this area again, there's a possibility I might scale in again, right? So that is what I'm thinking to do until I take profit around this low here. This low makes a lot of sense, and you can see on the higher time frame, you can see on 4 hour time frame, you can see why I chose that low. That low has been respected since, bro, like it has been respected since, let's say June, let's say late June. It has been respected since late June, and you can see how price has rejected throughout August. Price rejected that support a lot of times. So that is the one of the reasons why I think that that support might hold, but that is why I'm going to be shorting to. So I'm going to be shorting UJ tomorrow. Then on GBP this is one of the trades. This is a pair that I just want to delete, to be honest with you. You can see for the second half of August, it has been consolidating. Let's say from here, it has been consolidating. up till date, right? And we can see this is not the first time. Whenever price comes to this place, it's always consolidated. Look at here in July, consolidated for the whole month of July until it finally broke below, hit that trend line, then came back up again. So on GJ, you can see that there's a nice uptrend, right? But I just feel like this area is kind of like this resistance area is very strong, while the support area is very strong. So that is why price has been bouncing off the both of them since. So what I'm expecting now is that there's a gap in the market, and we have that gap has to be filled. This is where the gap started from here to around here. Sorry. So that a 90 speed gap. So what I'm expecting is that I'm expecting kind of like a bounce off this area again, right? You can see that this area has been expected like about 5 times now. I'm expecting a bounce off this area again. When I see that bounce, then I'll be like, okay, I think this area is rejecting price again. So that's when I'll be taking the short trade from that area to this support area. I don't, to be honest with you, I don't feel confident in taking this shit because GG has kind of been like a very bad pay for the past throughout this year. It hasn't been the best, to be honest with you. And one of the reasons I'm still trading this pair is due to the fact that I've been trading UJ for a very long and GJ for a very long time, since around last year, and it has been trending nicely, right? That is, I don't think I think that is maybe that should be the reason why I'm still trading this pair. To be honest with you, I just feel like deleting this thing like right now. To be honest, I feel like deleting it right now. So let's see what's going to happen tomorrow. If there's a bounce off here, then I might be taking a trade. But if there's a break and retest off this area too, a breakout, a retest on this area, then I'll be looking to short again, right? Risk the reward should be around 150 pips. The risk should be about 50. That is just the ideal risk for this trade if you are taking it from this area, right? But if you are taking it from this line, it should be less than, it should be about 30 pips or 20, right? So let's see what the market is going to give us. But just know that on GJ this week, I'm going to be shorting, I'm going to be selling tomorrow Monday. Then subsequently we are going to be looking for what we are going to do next. But I don't think GJ is going to break above this area and just keep going up. I just don't think that is going to happen. I think GJ is going to short, right? I might be wrong, you understand? I'm not the almighty of the market, right? I might be wrong, I might be right, who knows? But one thing is certain, and that thing is that no matter how many times I am wrong, but I will still I will still get my thing right because I've put in a lot of time into this market, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, right? So on US oil, it's kind of like I don't know, this FXCM is not showing the price completely. I don't know, this is what it's showing on the daily time frame, and it's showing something else on the 4-hour time frame. The price has kind of like skipped for some reason. I don't know why this happened, but what I'm expecting is that price came down here on Friday, very big blast. I took the trade and I exited too quickly, and I missed out on over 170 pips of movement, to be very frank, right? So what I'm expecting now is that I'm expecting a break and retest of this level for me to go short to this next level, because on the 4-hour time frame you can see very well that on US oil there are certain levels that once the market gets to, it tends to reverse. Look at this, right? It tends to reverse. Look at this one, it tends to reverse. Look at this one, it tends to reverse. And if it doesn't reverse, it breaks above and retests, and it breaks, retests, and continue the move. So what I'm expecting now is that I'm expecting price to break below this area of support, which is not very strong by the way. I'm expecting price to break out of this area of support, then retest it and keep dropping, or price retraces to this area, right, gives us a little, like a more bigger retest, retraces to this area of resistance, gives us a bigger retest, then drop, right. So all in all, I'm expecting I'm expecting a sell here on US oil, right, because the market has been selling for years, right. So I'll just still be expecting to short the market and kind of like go with the flow. This is what I'm expecting on US oil. So that is that on that. That is that on US oil. I'm expecting to short this week. On GBP NZD, I don't trade this again. Don't get me wrong, please. I said I don't trade this pair. So you can see on the weekly time frame, the trade is, the pair is bullish on the weekly for years. On the daily time frame, it is still bullish. So what I'm expecting is that there was a break above this area of resistance, right. So I'm expecting two things. If I go to the 4 hour time frame, I'm going to show you what I'm expecting. On the 4 hour time frame, you can clearly see that price has been expecting this my trend line for a very long period of time, from the beginning of August, or even before August. Price has been expecting this my trend line, so I expect price to still respect this trend line, right. So there's, if price doesn't respect this trend line, it's just going to come to give us a retest on this level, right, on the level which it broke out from, then keep going up. But if price actually respects this trend line, it's going to be a banger trade, and I might take it, to be honest with you, right. And this is why I said so. This is kind of like a inverse head and shoulder pattern that is forming, right. You can see this is the left shoulder, sorry, this is the head, and this is the right shoulder that is about to form. So I don't know, tell me why you would not want to take this kind of trade. Tell me why you would not want to take this kind of trade. It just makes a whole lot of sense. That is one. Inverse head and shoulder is one now, right. So this is a trend line bounce, that is another confluence, right. These are two confluences. This is a minor support level on the 1 hour time frame, that is three confluences. The trade just makes a whole lot of sense, right. To be honest with you, it makes a whole lot of sense. But the thing is that it's just gonna, I just think that it's gonna be a slow trade, to be honest with you. It's just gonna be a slow one, right. And if it breaks above again and retests on this level, it is now a retest on the head and a retest on the inverse head and shoulder pattern, then a breakout retest on the trend line, a breakout retest on this previous resistance turn support. So it's just going to be another banger trade again, right. So this is my main TP, but can be extended to this area here. So this is what I'm expecting on GBP. I'm just going to monitor this trade for now, to be honest with you. I'm just going to monitor it. I don't trade it, but if he provides that opportunity, then I might take the trade. The stop loss is it's very, very crazy, right. It's about 50 something pips. Oh, 61 pips. So maybe when we want to execute, we are going to find a much more better stop loss. But for now, this is what we have, right. So thank you very much if you stay to the end of this video. If you like if you like my content, if you like what I just shared with you right now, you can go ahead to click the subscribe button, like, subscribe to my channel, and whenever I drop new content, you'll be one of the very first few people to see it and watch it and gain something from it. See, believe me, even if you don't trade my my you don't trade my strategy, right, but there's a thing or two that you can take away. I believe there's a thing or two you can take away, right. So that's what I believe. So just do well to drop a comment if you feel that there's something I'm not getting right. Drop a comment. If you feel that you like what I'm doing, drop a comment. There's room for all. There's always room for constructive criticism, right? So that is that for that. You can drop a like, drop a comment, share, send it to those people that actually want to get knowledge from this market. The market is very very vast, right? We all can make money from this market, so don't be stingy with any update, right? So that is that on that. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much. This is Alpha the Great.